Happy Mother's Day, Mom. To show you just how grateful I am for you being a wonderful mother to me for almost 3 decades now, I'm gonna make you, wait for it, a traditional British mothering Sunday simnel cake. Being my mom for a really long time, cake, yeah, sounds even. This would make a lot more sense, Mom, if you were British, because this is what British people make for their moms. And I have all my ingredients here, and I'm gonna consult my cookbook. And I've got my oven preheated to 300 degrees. In a large bowl, cream together the margarine and brown sugar until light and fluffy. Well, things are kind of off to a little bit of a testy start because I attempted to soften my butter in the microwave and ended up just melting it. 1 cup of butter into 1 cup of brown sugar. I don't have an electric beater, so this is gonna have to be my beater. Now, Mom, I remember you once told me that if I could read a recipe, then I could cook anything. Next up, I'm gonna beat in 4 eggs, 1 at the time. This is a kind of an alternative to an upper body workout, at least for one side. If you have an arm that's particularly flabby, then you can just get in the kitchen and beat some eggs. Workout tips. Mom, I'm not calling you fat. This cake was invented in 1623 when an ungrateful daughter had a change of heart and she thought to herself, "Me mum's been a pretty good mum. Perhaps I should make her a cake. What have I in the cupboard?" And her last name was Simnel, because this is also known as a simnel cake. And so she was like, "I'll make me mum a simnel cake for Mothering Sunday, which is a part of the Lenten celebration in church." My arm is very tired. Cooking is no joke. Am I right? Next up, we have 1 3/4 cups of self-rising flour. Emphasis on the self-rising. It's flour with a very healthy bit of self-esteem that allows it to grow tall in the oven on its own without external validation. Mom, you had me out of your belly one day a long time ago, and you put up with my shenanigans for so long. So now I'm making you a cake and a song. Fade out. This is where this cake gets kind of gross, because the original recipe calls for golden raisins, dried currants, candied cherries, and candied mixed fruit peel chopped. I don't know about you, whoever you are, but I think that sounds disgusting. Also, it's May, and the grocery stores are not stocking candied fruit because it's not fruitcake season. Although some places it's always fruitcake season. I'm gonna stir in my golden raisins, 1 3/4 cups, my can of cherries, not candied, 2 tablespoons of lemon zest, 2 teaspoons of allspice, which is a lot of allspice, but nevertheless. Now, I guess I could have gone with some kind of American Mother's Day cooking tradition, but the American Mother's Day cooking tradition is to not cook at all. And I can't exactly show you how to make a brunch that we bought out. Take half of the batter, I'm gonna pour it into my floured pan. If that doesn't say "I love you, Mom," I don't know what does. And in it goes. So I got my half of the cake in the oven. What am I gonna do now? Go watch reruns of Oprah? No! There's more to be done. There was one ingredient in this Mothering Day cake that I'd never heard of before: almond paste. And almond paste is essentially ground up blanched almonds and sugar. I have to roll this into some kind of ball and then smear some on top of the batter that's in the oven, and then I'm gonna put the rest of the batter on top of it, okay? Rolling out the almond paste, rolling out the almond paste, rolling. So I'm gonna take the cake out of the oven, slap this almond paste layer on it, put the rest of the batter on top of it, put it in the oven for 2.5 hours, and then stare at the camera and count down the seconds. And now I understand why Mother's Day is the most popular day of the year to go to a restaurant. Fact, otherwise you end up making a fool of yourself trying to make traditional British Mother's Day cakes. Oh, there's raw egg in that. Salmonella. Someone call a doctor. And now for a montage of fun things that you can do for 2.5 hours while you wait for your Mother's Day cake to bake. Practice the recorder. Try out a new look. Call your mom. Play the melody horn. Mother, 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 Mother's Day. Can you believe it's already been 2.5 hours? So my cake is cool. I don't know, take a look for yourself. Doesn't that look interesting? Now, the way to finish this traditional British Mothering Sunday cake is that you take balls of almond paste and you put them around the cake. Tradition says that you make 11 of these balls to stand for the 11 apostles in the Bible, but Judas does not get his own almond paste ball. Now I was supposed to put another layer of almond paste on top of the cake, but guess who forgot? So Mother's Day is ruined. So this Mother's Day, Mom, I hope this traditional British Mothering Sunday Simnel cake really shows you just how much I care. You're my mom, and I wrote that on a cake, and better yet, if we turn it this way, it spells wow. Because when I think of you being my mom all my life, I think to myself, wow. Happy Mother's Day.